Hello and welcome to another Demon212 VC review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Metal Slug X, which if you've never played it before, it's a side-scrolling action gun 'em up type thing. If you've ever played Contra, I'd like to think if you've not played Metal Slug, I'd like to think you've at least played Contra, and if you've not played either, then you really need to rectify that as soon as possible. Preferably starting with Contra Hardcore Uprising, I believe it was called. It was just Hardcore Uprising, I think, on the Xbox Live Arcade. Or if you don't have access to that and you've got access to a Wii, Contra 3, and Metal Slug 3 as well, speaking of the Wii and speaking of 3s. So, Metal Slug X. Basically, for those who don't know, it's a remake of Metal Slug 2, not a recent remake, an old remake. That's why it says SNK Corp of America 1999. Same as Metal Slug X is a remake of Metal Slug 7. Basically, there were some problems with the game and people wanted them addressed, and they never were able to address it. It wasn't like in the days of now when if the game sells well enough you'll get a patch. I'm not going to say you'll get a patch if the game is broken, because quite frankly it tends to only be if the game sells well enough you get a patch. But there were some problems and they've fixed a load of stuff, added a load of stuff, changed a load of stuff, of which I will try to mention a lot of it, but I'll probably not get all of it, as it's like 2 or 4 pages long. Anyway, sitting in the menu too long. Options are pretty much the usual really. For now, I'll just start the game, of which there's 4 characters. Eri's always been my favourite since she was introduced in Metal Slug 2. And the whole point of the gameplay is you go left to right, right to left, up, down, look all over the place, kick the crap out of the enemies, and then you get to the end of the level, you fight a big ass boss, sometimes 2 or 3 big ass bosses. You rescue as many POWs as you can, and they'll give you special weapons and more points and things like that. And you go through it all again until you've done it on every mission, of which I believe X has 5. I know some of them have 6, but mainly it's 5. It's always a good guess with a Metal Slug game. It's the type of thing that you'll honestly have it beat in 20 or 30 minutes, but I'll be amazed if you only play it once. I must have beaten the Metal Slug games collective total over the 7 of them, technically 8 counting X1. I've never played Metal Slug 7 on its own, and the Game Boy one was atrocious, but so counting those 8 titles, I've probably beat a Metal Slug title over 1,000 times. Some form of Metal Slug, I'll have beat it, and the tally must be around about 1,000. Probably of which 500 of them are on my own and 500 are with one of my brothers. They're just the sort of game that you will play over and over again. I absolutely adore them. They're simple, they're easy to pick up and play, they're very addictive, they're something that you can challenge yourself with. You can go for perfect runs where you're not allowed to die, you can go for high score runs, you can go for rescuing all the prisoners of war, you can go for riding all of the vehicles, getting all of the different types of weapons. It's just one of those things. There is so much that you can do with this game if you get addicted to it. If not, then you'll beat it once and you'll say it's a waste of money, and I feel sorry for you that you weren't able to enjoy it. Not from a I pity you way, just from a no one likes to buy a game that they hate, so I hope you would enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed it over these many years of playing this game. Anyway, probably going to die like mad now, as I've got something in one hand reading whilst I'm trying to play one-handed the game, because I have had to write everything down in order to actually mention as much as I can. They've changed some of the music, some of the stages have had time of day changes. Collecting food makes you fat in any mission instead of just in mission 4. There's a lot less slowdown, which was probably the biggest complaint of the game. Vehicle type and enemy locations and things like that, just locations overall of where things were, are different to kind of mix it up. The game is a hell of a lot harder than it was when it was released as Metal Slug 2. Heavier damage versions of different weapons, so some of the weapons are more powerful than they were. Just things like that really. It's not just a copy and paste job where they fix one thing, it's a proper, we pretty much fixed everything about the game that people didn't like, and we've thrown some other stuff in there for the hell of it. It's the sort of thing that, as I say, if you've never played a Metal Slug game, personally my favourite is Metal Slug 3, you should always try that. If you've played Metal Slug but you've never played this one, it's well worth getting. If you're not a huge fan and you're deciding which one to get this over 2. If you are a huge fan, then get both. I think you'll appreciate the differences enough to enjoy both games, and again, this is, as far as I'm concerned, the better version. And all I can pretty much say is that graphically, as always, the game looks stunning, and musically it sounds amazing, so I'll leave you with a little bit of the music right about now. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.